I have more Jesuit lies to debunk. You know, Zach Knight followers are posing as commentators to my videos and lying and misrepresenting me. For instance, one of the commentators originally stated or insinuated that I don't author my own scripts when I read off of the script for a video. I answered this person in the comment section that Jesus warned me that Jesuits would do this. That's why he always likes me to show my face and not read off a script and speak from my heart. So what did this Jesuit troll commentator do? They went in and edited their comment and omitted the part where they insinuated that I don't author my own scripts. And then after they did this, they wrote a reply to my rebuttal of them, accusing me of out-and-out lying, saying that I never insinuated that I don't, saying that they never insinuated that I don't author my own scripts and that I lied about them. Oh, it's sneaky people. That's exactly what Laurie McBride did to me during the Quebec trial. She would put up one video that would say something like she was making fun of my yeast infection, I think. And then I would comment about how low it was of her to do that. And then she would go in and edit that video and omit the part where she was making fun of the yeast infection and say something else and say, "You're lying about me because I never said anything about your yeast infection." This is typical Jesuit methodology. Jesuits will take things I say and deliberately omit parts of my statements to make it appear I said something I did not. And I'm going to read you, I actually made a transcription of something I said in a previous video. This is what I said. "And breathing in semen from the air does not get a woman pregnant, LOL, laugh out loud." I'm going to laugh at you out loud because I never said they got pregnant from breathing in semen from the air. The women are literally drowning in the semen, and the semen goes up there. Let's say you're swimming in a swimming pool. Let's presume it's all semen instead of water, and you're not on the birth control pill. You're going to get pregnant because the semen's going to go up your vagina. That's how they're getting pregnant. They're drowning in semen. They're swimming in it. If that semen gets up their vagina, they're pregnant. You don't understand how this new cocky works. When it explodes, it sends out a tidal wave of semen. I mean, it's a tidal wave. And people drown in it. And that's how the women are getting pregnant. It's a horrible invention. The Jesuits are so evil to invent this thing. Okay, that's what I actually said. Now, here's how Zach Knight quoted me at his website, crazygail.com. "And you say breathing in semen from the air does not get a woman pregnant? LOL, laugh out loud. Well, ... I'm going to laugh at you out loud." Now, folks, when you read that quote, what impression do you get? You get the impression that I'm saying people are crazy because they don't believe that you can get pregnant from breathing in semen from the air. But I just read you what I said. You see, Zach Knight has actually lied about me. He's taken a quote and using omission, he's left out the most important part of the quote to create a false impression or make it appear I said something I did not say. He's trying to say, oh, this is what he said. I'll read it again. "And you say breathing in semen from the air does not get a woman pregnant? LOL, laugh out loud. Well, ... I'm going to laugh at you out loud." Zach Knight, he just out and out lied. He said, "Well, I didn't lie. I'm quoting what you said." Yeah, but you omitted part of the sentence that was very important in order to make it appear like I said something I didn't say. This is how Jesuits operate. So people are going to say, "Oh, she's crazy. She thinks you can get pregnant from breathing in semen from the air." And that isn't at all what I said. Zach Knight, you're a liar. And so are your Jesuit commentator trolls who are making comments underneath all of my videos. They're following your leadership and using your techniques. You know, if you listen to the video recording of Brent Spiner's voice at the Quebec trial, and I have a link to that underneath this video, which was a trial I participated in, I think you're carrying things too far when you insinuate that this recording was fabricated and not the real Brent's voice that I heard at the trial. First off, listen carefully to the voice. It's the exact same voice as in Brent's album, Old Yellow Eyes Is Back. You're saying, oh, the voice is fake. Okay, how did the trolls manage to come up with it so fast? They had no idea that I was going to ask Brent Spiner to come up to the stand and to testify against Laurie McBride. So you're saying they knew in advance how Brent would reply, so that's how they got the recording ready? How could they know in advance what I was going to say when I didn't even know in advance what I was going to say at that trial? I mean, I didn't know that Laurie would ask me a question that would force me to ask Brent Spiner to come up to the stand to disprove her. She was saying, oh, he's so scared of you because you're a crazy schizophrenic woman. And I was saying, no, Laurie, he's scared of you. I said, let's get Brent Spiner up here on the stand and ask him who he's afraid of. And that's the question I asked. And he came up to the stand, and then she whacked him over the head with the dildo. And then after that, he ran away and he wailed. And you're saying all of that was created in advance. But he did manage to say Laurie McBride, but he mumbled it out so quick it didn't sound like it. But listen to the recording of it. That voice is an exact match to his voice in Old Yellow Eyes' back. So how could my trolls know in advance? I guess you're saying my trolls have mind-reading technology. Because how else could they have gotten this recording of Brent in advance? And you say I'm crazy because I believe that mind-reading technology exists. Well, it appears you all can join the loony bin with me because you obviously believe in mind-reading too, or you wouldn't believe my trolls could have come up with this perfect response video with Brent's voice, you know, at the Quebec trial. How else could they have known in advance what I would ask and how he would respond unless they had mind-reading ability, huh? Or maybe you think, maybe you're going to have to admit that there are such things as clones, and possibly Brent Spiner's clone was there and was able to make the exact voice match to Brent at the Quebec trial. Huh? You know, you say, well, he wasn't understandable in the recording, and it didn't sound like him. Well, it did sound like his voice. It was an exact match to his voice in Old Yellow Eyes. And he's understandable enough that it's very believable that the response is from the real Brent Spiner. And the voice is an exact match to Brent's voice in Old Yellow Eyes' back. The only way your argument could work is that they fabricated, in which you're claiming they fabricated this using a fake Brent voice, would be if they knew in advance what question I would ask and how he would respond. When I asked the question, who's he afraid of, Laurie? Who's he afraid, me or you? I was telling Laurie, he's afraid of you, Laurie, not me. So by claiming that this voice is fake, you admit that you believe in mind-reading technology. We can stretch this further and ask, since you obviously believe in mind-reading technology, perhaps, you know, you might have to admit that the other weird technologies like new cockies and cloning exist. By the way, the voice is an exact match to the real Brent Spiner. How do you explain that? How did they manage to get such an exact match and so quickly? It appears you're also admitting that perhaps Brent Spiner has a clone and that they used the clone's voice to get an exact match. You see, your arguments are full of holes, Jesuits. You see, Jesuits, I'm exposing your lies and inconsistencies right now. How do you explain how they got an exact match of Brent Spiner's voice so quickly at the Quebec trial? I can assure you that even I did not know that I was going to ask Brent this question when he came up to the stand. I didn't even know I was going to ask him to come up to the stand. If I didn't know it, how could they know it? Circumstantial evidence is overwhelming in my favor. We can also bring in direct evidence by using lie detection on your agents who make statements about me which they quote out of context, either omitting important parts or adding in stuff that I didn't say, and make it appear that I said something I didn't. You know, one Zach follower or troll, I'm going to call you guys a troll because you're following Zach Knight. You're his trolls, weaseled his way out of my arguments that the real Jesus has visited my apartment by stating that the gallon of water jug at the bottom of my garbage can was freely flowing water. And that it just happened because of all the stuff I put in the garbage can, which because I have such a bad memory that I forgot about. Creating the false impression that it was not a plastic gallon of water that Jesus and Zach left at the bottom of my garbage can after he fought with Zach in my apartment. To explain away the other Jesus appearances, this Zach Knight troll insinuates that I have a bad memory, that I don't remember unplugging my phone cord before I went to bed. Well, I was very obsessed with that phone before I went to bed, trying to get it to work, and I most definitely remember plugging it in. He didn't even mention the ripped calendar in the morning because Zach and Jesus were fighting in my room, and it was in perfect shape before I went to bed the night before. How do you explain the ripped calendar? Well, I sleepwalk, I guess, and I forgot that I sleepwalk. Is that it? However, it is his memory, this Zach Knight troll, that's bad. Because I clearly recall that he stated that I don't write my own scripts for my videos. Perhaps he forgot that he stated this and that he edited his comment to remove that statement because he accused me of lying, saying that he never made such a statement. I remember clearly he said that, and he edited his comments and changed his comments. The one with a bad memory and amnesia is you Zach Knight Jesuit troll. These skeptics remind me of those who claim that someone stole Jesus' body away after his resurrection and that he didn't really rise from the dead after he was crucified. You claim my men are trolls and that I'm a bore. If my men are trolls, then I most definitely am not a bore because this obsession's gone on too long. If they're really trolls, they would have been arrested by now. The mere fact that they still troll me after all this time shows that they are the real Brent Spiner, Judge Terrence Jenkins, Harvard Law School graduate and judge, and Jesus. I can assure you if they were truly trolls, after all that's happened to me, they would be goners by now. Arrested, in jail, sued, with their butt sued off. You Jesuits have more holes in your arguments than I do mine. So the only way you can discredit me is you got to lie about what I say by omitting things, adding things in, twisting it, going like this, you know. Typical Jesuit Zach Knight trolls. You're the troll. You're just following Zach Knight like a blind mouse with your brain shot through from one side to the other because your logic is full of holes, as I've shown in this video. As hard to believe as some of my statements are, they at least do not violate the laws of logic, whereas your arguments defy logic, are inconsistent, and full of holes.